I just changed banks. And you want to know why I changed banks? It's because the bank decided they're going to add a new fee that I didn't think I should have to pay. So I started the process of changing banks. Now, is it a pain? Yeah, absolutely. Because like most of us now had automatic stuff coming out, automatic payments coming out, and it was a little bit of a pain. I'm still finishing up the process now, but it was worth it for me because of the fees. When you're talking about retirement planning, fees are critical. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of, for the most part, a DIY investor because I just want to keep as much of my money as possible. Not because I'm greedy, but because that way I can do with it what I want. And some of what I want to do with it is to give it away to help people. And if I'm not paying exorbitant fees, I have more money to do that. So that's one of the reasons I'm a DIY investor. What I wanted to show you very quickly is a tool that I have used fairly often to just to help myself make good decisions, and specifically in the area of fees. I want to show you a tool that I've used called FI Calc. It is really, really helpful to really paint the picture of how critical fees are. So let me show you this. This is a tool, online tool. It's free, and basically, this is the duration. This is saying how long you think you might be retired. Obviously, none of us know that, but let's just leave it 30 years. So you're going to be retired 30 years. Let's say your retirement portfolio, 401k, IRA, whatever you have, is total of, let's say it's $300,000. And let's say the makeup of that is, let's see, 60% stocks, 35% bonds, and 5% cash. That's perfectly fine for the sake of this example. And you see the fees here very low. Obviously, this person is an index investor because the fees are almost zero, which is one of the reasons that I am a fan of index investing as well. So they save this. You can come down here and say, you can talk about other forms of income you have right here. You can add social security, you can add pension if you have a pension, whatever other income you have. But for the sake of this example, I just want to show you, um, leave it just like this. So this is what you have put aside for retirement. And the first thing you see here is that, first of all, there's a 96.8% chance of success. Success, when you talk about retirement spending and planning, is you don't run out of money. So 96.8% of the time in this example, you don't run out of money. I'm sorry, I left out one very important detail. Right here, we said we were going to take out $12,000 a year just from your money. Again, not including social security or anything else. So we're saying, so $12,000, if you haven't guessed it by now, is 4% of 300,000. So I'm just kind of using the 4% rule, which is you hear about a lot in retirement planning. But what I want to get to here is this. This says that with these details, your portfolio at the end of 30 years, the largest balance you had was $1.5 million. You also see that there was at least some years where you had no money left. Um, and again, one of the other details here is when you take out 3% or 4% the first year, you adjust that withdrawal by the rate of inflation every year after that. So that's what this 4% rule is. That's what this constant dollar, um, that's what that constant dollar means right there. So your dollar remains constant. So you take out $12,000 the first year, and then whatever the rate of inflation is for the following year, you adjust your withdrawal by that amount. So you see, on some years you wound up with $0, but on the best year you wound up with about $1.5 million. Okay, let's change one detail on this scenario. Let's change this makeup, and all we're going to do is change the fees. It is not unusual if you're using an advisor for them to charge you at least 1% of any assets of yours that they manage. 1%. So let's just add 1 to the fees so that it'll be 1.04% will be the fees. And let's start discharge that on the stock allocation. Let's leave the bonds where they are. Let's say just add 1% to the annual fees on the stock allocation because you now have an advisor who's charging you only 1% of assets under management. So if we hit save here, I want you to notice the difference in this largest number. Well, that was 1.5 before, right? That was $1.5 million. Now, just changing that fee to 1%, that portfolio now is worth 1.19 million dollars. Significant reduction in your retirement nest egg just based on the addition of 1% of assets under management. Because what people don't realize is that when they charge you that 1%, you lose the compounding of that 1% because you no longer have it to invest. So just that 1% of fee, that 1% fee is cutting into your retirement nest egg in a way that most people don't even think about it. So it's important that we understand what's happening with our money because we want to have it to do with it what we want and what we like, especially in our older years. But just pay attention to those fees, guys. Pay attention to the fees because they can significantly cut into your retirement nest egg. So this is a Financial Deviant channel. Um, Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I'll be back soon.